know that proteins and cheeses and all those can add up quite a bit on your grocery bill. So that's why I haven't excluded carbs or taken them completely off the table, because they are such great fillers and make life so much easier. Kids just love it. That's why I'm always combining the bread with something else. I always have the bread as a component of the meal, or potatoes, or whatever the starch is, so that everyone is nice and full at the end of the meal, but the metabolizing is slowed down and there's no fat storage happening and sugar spikes and crazy moments. Hello, my Dungaree family. I would like to talk to you today about health and nutrition. Nutrition is so important to staying healthy, and it's so important to eat in a way that's sustainable over a long period of time. There are so many diets that really work, but they are not practical and they can't be kept up over a long period of time. So we have been experimenting as a family to try find ways that are practical, especially for a mom and a busy dad. We can't jump onto each new fad as time goes on. And don't get me wrong, we pretty healthy as it is, but we were starting to put on weight, and we ate a lot of sweets and snacks and unhealthy things, and that was starting to show. So we decided to start doing something about it. And I would love to share what we have found that works. This year we have finally found our stride and found a way that is sustainable, not too expensive, and actually quite delicious. So if there's anyone looking for a sustainable way to lose weight over a period of time and actually keep that weight off, as well as have a very healthy diet, and at the same time still have the choice of having some sweets and cake now and then, this is the diet plan for you. It's more of a lifestyle eating plan rather than a diet which you stick to for a month. It's a change in the way you eat and a change in the way you think about what you're eating. So here goes. So I've made a video about fitness, which is one half of being healthy, or at least a part of it. So I will link the video at the end of this one, so you can check that one out as well, because it's important to maintain tone and muscle in your body while you practice a good diet. The two go hand in hand, and you won't have good results unless you maintain some degree of fitness. So just a bit of toning, that's all that's necessary. If you don't have time to exercise, then it's a good idea to take up something useful like gardening or some sort of activity with the children that involves running or playing. There's so many creative ways of just being physically active. So try something, see if it works. Fitness and nutrition go hand in hand, and you can't separate them. So the video I made for exercise is linked at the end of this video, and it's safe for postpartum moms and for people with ab separation as well. So it helps with ab healing. But it's gentle and it'll be just enough to keep your body toned. So after a lot of research and experimenting over the years, I've figured out some tips and meal plans that really work, and has had a lot of positive effects in our home. It makes such a difference to eat right, your mental function, your state of being, and obviously your long-term health will be affected. So I'd like to share with you some simple tips, especially as a family. It's not so easy to maintain good habits as far as eating goes. I now have 3 children and we have quite a busy lifestyle, but there are things you can do to make it easy and sustainable. So the first thing to understand before just jumping into a new meal plan is actually how our bodies work and how we burn fuel. So the foods we eat are burnt in different ways and at different speeds when we consume them. For the sake of this video, I'll just branch it off into two categories. We have fast burning foods, which is basically sugars and starches, for instance, breads and bananas, potatoes, anything that is floury or sugary. Those foods burn very fast. They basically metabolize very quickly in your digestive system and into your bloodstream almost immediately. Whereas slower foods such as proteins and fat burn much more slowly, and your body takes longer to break them down into particles that your body can use as fuel. So what happens when you eat something very starchy or very sugary is your blood sugar spikes, and as a result your body goes into a bit of a shock and releases a lot of insulin into your bloodstream. And what the insulin does is it triggers fat storage. So the moment you have high blood sugar and loss of insulin in your bloodstream, your body freaks out and it starts packing away glucose as fat. So it's storing it for later because clearly your body has way too much nutrients flowing through the blood veins. On the other hand, when you eat something fatty and high in protein or anything that is hard for your body to digest, instead of breaking down into glucose, the fats break down into ketones, which is an alternative form of energy for your body. As a result, your body is in a completely different mode of consumption, and you actually start burning your own fat. You're not so consciously aware of it. You don't feel like your stomach is eating you up inside. We all know that feeling, right? It's just burning, and you know you must eat something, even though you just had Coke and chips and burgers an hour ago. So that's basically how it works. I just wanted to give you a quick debriefing on how the digestion works so that you actually understand what's going on when you pick meals and you don't have to follow my examples to the T. So I'm going to share with you some meals and examples so that you can see, just to give you some ideas of what to eat. All of them are ketosis stimulating and will keep you full for longer, while at the same time you're actually consuming less calories. And it's great for breastfeeding because it keeps your blood sugar at a steady supply and keeps milk supply steady because you have no peaks and lows in your blood sugar levels. Here are some delicious meals you can prepare for your family that are perfectly healthy and will keep your blood sugar stable and help keep those ketones in your body instead of just glucose. For breakfast, what I really like to have is oats, cinnamon and apple porridge. For instance, take a cup of oats and a teaspoon of cinnamon, grate a whole apple in there, half a cup of milk and another cup of water, a bit of salt, and just stir it all together. I love to sprinkle chia seeds on top because they are so healthy and they add a little crunch because oats porridge can be so squishy sometimes. But breakfasts, you need to switch it up a little bit sometimes. So I also like to have a cheese omelette. It's very rich, it's protein rich and very tasty. You can put all sorts of fillings inside. Otherwise, you can just have cheese. It's up to you. If I get tired of that, then how about some boiled eggs? I like to just do 2 boiled eggs with half an avocado. It's so delicious and I feel full for hours. These breakfasts are all great for winter because they're nice and warm and cozy. But if it's summertime, then fruit salad is a very good idea. So just a bunch of chopped fresh fruit with some plain yogurt. That's great. And I know it's not very filling, but you can always have another one later on if you get hungry, or just have boiled egg later on. You can find your own balance. But I found the fruit salad was so good after having a baby because it was light, but it was also just so nutrient rich, and it was just what I wanted. I was just craving fruit and yogurt. Moving on to lunch, we like to do a cooked meal at lunchtime, but it's up to you how you balance your things. Cooked meals would include corn on the cob with pork chops, steamed vegetables and cheese sauce. That will be one meal. To me, that's decadent, it's rich, it's satisfying, and it's colorful and interesting. So a nice salady lunch for summer would be toasted garlic bread with a nice rich salad. So you put avocado and cheese in there, and maybe more cheese on your bread, and some tomato paste or whatever you like. But just remember, when you're doing breads and carbs, you need to balance it with fats and proteins. If you're having a bit more bread than usual, put lots of cheese and butter on, or ham or bacon or whatever to make it balance out the carb. Because if you're just having bread with a little bit of bovril, you're actually filling up on carbs, and it's going to burn very fast. It's going to throw out the whole ketosis balance, and you're just going to be storing fats. Another lunch I love to do is butternut soup. It's just an all-time favorite. It's tasty, and you can change the flavors up a little bit. I like to put curry powder in, or orange zest, and it's delicious with actually a bit of plain yogurt just swirled on top when you serve it, or cream, whatever you prefer. And then you can have a little bit of bread with it or toast to fill you up. You can even have chicken nuggets. I mean, it sounds like a fast food, but it's actually high in protein and high fat, as long as you're using good fats to fry it in, like coconut oil, beef fat. I like to actually buy fat from the butchery, and then I cook it down and use that for frying. You can just put it into a large shallow frying pan, and voila, you've got your frying oil, and everything tastes delicious. Chicken nuggets and guacamole with yogurt, it's just so good. And you can follow that up with some nuts and a couple of snacks if you're still hungry, or a little bit of bread if you must. We like to have light snacks in the evening, normally just a little bit of bread with peanut butter. Peanut butter is very rich, so it's good to slow down those carbs. I also love to have yogurt. By now you must have guessed, I love yogurt. And I'll just have a big bowl of yogurt sprinkled with some toasted mixed seeds. I love to do mixed seeds. I literally take cups and cups of it, spread it out in a pan with some coconut oil, and toast it. So I just keep stirring and toasting it until it's crispy and it's got that lovely nutty smell. It's so good, and it's delicious on so many things. You can sprinkle it on salads, your yogurt and your porridge. Go wild. So those are just some ideas, and I'm constantly experimenting and changing up what I serve to the family, just so we don't get bored. And there really is just so much variety. But just remember, you want to keep carbs low, and the fats and the proteins a little bit higher. Dairy is also very good. It's a great alternative to the carbs, and the kids love it as well, obviously. And what I actually found is, on this particular diet, is you can afford to have some sweets and snacks. I mean, I know I'm breastfeeding, so that probably makes a difference, but my husband's also on the same diet, and he's lost quite a bit of weight on it, and it's just been so effective. It hasn't been the hardest thing at all. It's important to remember that exercise is key. You're not going to see great results or much if you don't combine the two and eat right. It's really not that hard. Keeping your body turned is as simple as taking a walk in the morning and doing a bit of gardening in the afternoon, or cleaning your kitchen. Housework is surprisingly strenuous on the body. Otherwise, if you enjoy working out, I have made a video for you, and I'm linking it here, where you can follow it and just start turning up a bit. It's very gentle, but it's perfect for moms who don't have a lot of time, and you can incorporate it throughout the day, do little bits here and there. That's it from me. I hope you come away with a better understanding of your metabolism and digestion and what is good for you. I would like to do more videos like this as well, where we talk about the nutritional value of different foods and eating healthily on a budget. There are a few topics I'd like to discuss about this, so let me know if you are also interested in that, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.